and free your mind. Inspired by the me and the you. True information. Connect the dots. Big picture. Conscious. Who knows?
Well, first of all, hello everyone, and thank you, Sabine, for inviting me to this amazing conference, Congress. I appreciate it. And what has happened is one of my backpacks were stolen recently, and it had my passport.
Sorry.
We translate you, Emery, and
Okay.
maybe you make just
Not too long sequences.
Okay,
It's
thank
fine.
you very much.
Yeah.
Would you rather me speak German?
Yes, you try. Good.
We understand you if you speak slowly and clear. So, zunächst einmal möchte ich euch willkommen heißen und er sagt, warum er nicht kommen konnte. Why you couldn't come. Can you repeat this, please?
Yes, my backpack was stolen out of my car. They broke into my car, stole my backpack, which had my passport in it. And I'm having a delay on getting my passport. It takes a while because my identity was stolen 3 times in the United States. So they're just making sure, that I'm the right person for renewing the passport and then getting a new one after it was stolen.
Ja, also Emery konnte nicht kommen, weil man seine Ausweise gestohlen hat, die in seinem Auto waren. Und es dauert eine Zeit lang, bis er die zurückbekommt. Und er sagt, es ist ihm 3-mal schon passiert, dass sein Ausweis verschwunden ist.
Okay.
Go on.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
No. You want to say something?
We're going to do like a Q&A. I was just going to introduce myself. How many of you out there know who I am? By raise of hands.
Wer weiß, wer Emery Smith ist? Some know, some don't.
20% about.
Okay, all right, very good. So my name is Emery Smith. I was born in the United States in New Jersey in 1972, and I joined the Auxiliary of the Air Force when I was 14 in Army ROTC when I was around 15, 16, and joined the United States Air Force in 1990. I joined the Air Force as a surgical apprenticeship program. It was a new program they had for surgical technologists and surgical first assist and EMTs.
Short. Er sagt, er ist 1972 geboren und ist der Air Force beigetreten und hat dort eine Ausbildung gemacht. In der Kurzzusammenfassung. Yes?
While in the United States Air Force, I was asked to do moonlighting positions, which is extra pay and extra work. And I started doing these moonlighting positions. I thought I was going to be harvesting organs from fallen soldiers.
Aha, er hat bei einer sogenannten Moonlighting-Operation mitgemacht und es ging darum, innere Organe von gefallenen Soldaten zu sammeln. Hat er gedacht. Okay.
But it was not fallen soldiers that I was doing organ harvesting on. I was harvesting tissue from unknown origin, and I was taking samples of over 3,000 different specimens. 3,000 specimens, but you could get 20 specimens from one sample when you're doing DNA sampling and tissue sampling of tissues.
Er hat also Gewebe gesammelt von über 3.000 Wesenheiten, möchte ich mal sagen. 1.000 Beispiele ja von Samples bei Proben.
Yeah. So did you extract them from bodies or did you just get the tissue?
Oh, I actually, towards the end, once you get higher security clearance, you're allowed to do more things. So I worked on full bodies. I worked on extraterrestrial craft, ETVs. I worked also with the mechanism, some of the devices that they bring here. So I've worked with some of those devices as well and taken samples from some of these devices and from the craft because some of them are organic.
Er sagt, er hat auch von Crafts, das heißt im Prinzip Raumschiffe, Gewebe gesammelt, weil die Raumschiffe sind organisch. Also es ist eine ganz neue Perspektive, die hier für die Ufologen auftritt. Okay.
So through these experiences, I learned a lot, becoming an exobiologist, and my specialty is in regenerative medicine.
Er ist als Biologe tätig. And what was the last?
Regenerative Medizin.
In der regenerativen Medizin ist er tätig gewesen.
When I was honorably discharged from the United States Air Force, I opened my own laboratory and invented the first tabletop stem cell concentrator, platelet-rich plasma concentrator, cell concentrator. Do you know what that is?
No. Please wait a little bit. Als er dann ehrenhaft aus der Armee entlassen wurde, hat er sich quasi selbstständig gemacht. Und what was this? What you did exactly?
But I was I developed a system that concentrates your own healing properties of the blood. And we concentrate growth factors and stem cells.
Okay, er hat halt praktisch ein Gerät oder eine Apparatur entwickelt, die die Selbstheilung, insbesondere des Blutes, fördert. Und der Stammzellen, yes.
I was trying to teach the world and the surgeons of the world that what they're doing is not as effective as utilizing your own body to heal itself.
Ja, er sagt, dass das am effektivsten ist, die Selbstheilungskräfte des Körpers zu aktivieren.
So with a small amount of blood that we take from you, we can concentrate a small amount of concentrating healing properties and inject them into the brain, into the joints. And when you have a concentrated amount of your own proteins, your body knows there's an excess amount and it speeds up the healing twice as fast.
Okay. Man benutzt praktisch das eigene Blut im Sinne einer Eigenbluttherapie, welches mit Proteinen angereichert wird, und you put it in the brain.
You can put it systemically through the bloodstream or
durch den Blutkreislauf.
Point of injection for the shoulder, let's say, or hip, or knee.
Das wird injiziert und das kommt in den Blutkreislauf und dadurch kommt es auch ins Gehirn. Ja. Okay, ja. Okay.
We have a doctor.
We have a doctor for this special medicine topic.
It's okay. Medicine. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
So I decreased total knee surgery. I decreased total knee surgery by 55% in the United States by implementing this new injection method by utilizing your own proteins in your blood.
Also im Grunde genommen geht es um Stammzelltherapie und die Konzentration des eigenen Stammzellmaterials, was er da entnommen hat. Das ist das Besondere. Und er hat die Anzahl an Arthritis bzw. Knieoperationen auf 45% reduzieren können.
In der USA, in the US.
Yes, and everywhere. All of Europe, even Germany, are using the Genesis concentrating system, which I invented. I don't own it anymore, but as of 3 years ago. But I developed it in around the year 2000, 1998, 2000, and from there, got it FDA approved, and now it's sold everywhere in the world. And I'm published at all the major universities here at the U.S. and the military is also using it.
Also er sagt, dass es jetzt auch in Deutschland vertrieben wird und gebraucht wird. Es ist 1999 hat er das entwickelt und verkauft. Seit 3 Jahren ist er dann nicht mehr involviert. Hat eine FDA-Approvement, also das bedeutet, dass die Autoritäten das anerkennen und das eingesetzt werden kann. Das wird überall auf der Welt benutzt, auch im Militär. Und er besitzt die Firma nicht mehr, ja.
Can we go back to your experiences in the secret facilities of the government?
Sure. So let's go back to when I was in the military and I was stationed at Kirtland Air Force Base, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And there is I'll let you finish that one. I was stationed at Kirtland Air Force Base, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And on the base, is Sandia Laboratories. And Sandia Laboratories goes down hundreds of floors below the surface of the Earth. There's a huge city below the base.
Hat also in der Albuquerque Air Force Base gearbeitet. It's in New Mexico, this base. Und die hat an die 100 Etagen unterirdisch, wo die geheimen Laboratorien sind.
I had to go through a lot of security measures in addition to being active duty military to work in this classified projects.
Musste mehrere Sicherheitsprüfungen durchmachen, zugelassen zu werden zu dieser Sicherheitsstufe, wo dann später arbeiten konnte.
You have to get special inoculations, and you have to be under constant monitoring. You have to they test your blood twice a month, and they also drug test you every week.
Ja. Okay, er sagt, er steht unter ständiger Beobachtung, also während er in diesen Dumps oder in dieser Dump Deep Underground Military Base gearbeitet hat und er kriegt Impfungen und alle 2 Monate wird sein Blut getestet. Twice a month. This blood test they take from you twice a month.
Yes.
Okay.
And then for special projects, depending on what you're working on. So a normal day for me would be to work at the Air Force Hospital from 5 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m., 2 p.m. And then around 4 p.m. I report to this underground facility to do tissue harvesting.
Er sagt, dass seine Arbeitszeiten, die sind von 4 p.m. Normale Arbeitszeiten und da arbeitet er an Gewebeproben.
Und anschließend, you had the normal day and afterwards? That you went down, that was, yeah.
Okay.
Also einen normalen Arbeitstag.
10 Uhr? Okay, ab 16 Uhr wird er dann praktisch die Ergebnisse weiterbringen und dann hat er Freizeit. Afterwards you have free time.
Yes. I consider my work free time because I enjoy it so much. So it's not work for me. I enjoy working.
Also die Arbeit genießt er, so dass es für ihn keine Arbeit ist.
It's a very, very fascinating lifestyle I had when I was younger, and even now. But what I'm trying to say is that I want to explain to you the check-in, how we checked in to this underground facility, because it's so much security to go through.
Ja, also er sagt, dass es sehr diffizil ist und dass so viele Sicherheitsmaßnahmen sind, bis er in seiner Arbeitsstätte ist. Can you tell something about your time travel? Because I know there are a lot of people who are interested in your experience in this time traveling. You told 6 times you have been on another. Also ich habe ihn gerade gefragt, ob er was über seine Zeitreisen sagen kann, die er ja 6-mal gemacht hat.
Okay. So what we can do now, I believe, will be, if you have questions specifically about the projects or about regenerative medicine, we can start talking and asking questions. That way I can go in more depth on specifics that you guys want to know.
Yeah, then I ask the audience if it's okay for you. Yes, also wenn jemand spezielle Fragen hat zu diesem Thema, dann bittet er die zu stellen und dann kann er tiefer in diese Thematik einsteigen.
Aber ich würde auch vorschlagen, dass wir erstmal das so aufbauen, seine Arbeit. Die Zeitreisen kommen ja wahrscheinlich dann erst in der späteren. So I wouldn't start with the time traveling, but with the work with aliens. Were you prepared that you would work on aliens, or what did they look like?
Well, yeah, I was not prepared to work on, I did not know I was going to be working on extraterrestrials. I thought I was only going to be doing organ harvesting, but after, of course, going through all the security and registering with them and then finally working there, I realized at the beginning stages, I only have small pieces of tissue. It might be an organ or a piece of muscle or a body part, and I would have to take a small sample of that. So I'm not allowed to ask where this came from, I'm not allowed to say anything.
Also er wusste gar nicht, an was für Gewebeproben er arbeitet. Er dachte erst mehr oder weniger, das ist menschliches Gewebe, und erst im Laufe der Zeit hat er festgestellt, dass es nicht ist. Und ihm wurde auch nicht erlaubt zu fragen, andere zu fragen, woher diese Gewebeproben stammen. Okay.
Okay. But over time, over a few years, I was starting to see, actual bodies, and these beings looked very similar to us. The majority of the beings looked mostly human.
Also die Körper, mit denen er gearbeitet hat, die sahen überwiegend menschlich aus.
But differences, so you could say this is not a general
right.
human.
When I started seeing like the faces and bodies, some of these beings were very albino and very tall. But they had similar structures. The eyes maybe were offset differently, or the ears are a little bit longer, or the cartilage in the nose was smaller.
Mit einer schmäleren Nase. Aber sonst sehr menschenähnlich.
Were you ever told who they are, or did you ask, or?
Later on, while working on a body, the main surgeon asked me. We stopped the procedure, and he said, we have to go to the ship, this person's ship, which I've never seen a craft at that time in the projects. Yes. And so I went with him, yes. And it took a long time. It was far away. Far away meaning once we went down this long hallway and got on this little gondola, it took quite a while to get to the hangar with the craft in it.
Ja, also erst später, nach einiger Zeit, kam sein Vorgesetzter und sagte ihm, mit der Arbeit aufzuhören, und bat ihn, mit in eine Craft, also in ein Raumschiff zu gehen. And in this craft you saw these entities, these human-like entities.
In the craft, I was only going there. All the beings were dead. There was no beings at the craft. The craft was separate from the body. The body was in the bio research facility, and the craft was in another research facility nearby that they had.
Okay, die Wesen, die er da in diesem Raumschiff gesehen hat, waren alle tot, und die wurden separat untersucht. Also das Raumschiff wurde woanders untersucht als die menschenähnlichen Körper.
What year was that approximately?
1992, 92, 93.
Das war 1992, 1993.
The reason the surgeon brought me to the craft is we had to take a sample of the craft, because the craft has DNA in it that matches the DNA of the person who was flying it.
Also dieses Raumschiff hat das ja aus biologischer Masse besteht, eine eigene DNA, und diese DNA korrespondiert mit der DNA der Piloten.
The craft was alive. We noticed that craft, when we go to crash sites on crash retrievals, the craft are sometimes organic and conscious, and the craft sometimes tries to heal itself once it crashes, and it also, at the same time, is trying to heal the occupants.
Aha, also dieses Raumschiff, das durch einen Absturz beschädigt war, versuchte sich selber zu heilen, und das Raumschiff sagt, er hat auch Bewusstsein, und wenn ich ihn richtig verstanden habe, hat es auch versucht, die Insassen mitzuheilen.
Ja.
Okay.
Did you find out where they come from, or where they are from?
Wo kamen sie her?
Only a few of them. I was able to look in this special library they have. This library is a very large room with many big tables, the size of pool tables.
And you had access to this library?
Everyone has a certain clearance, and when you go to the library, you're allowed to access certain things in the library to help you on your current, your current specimen that you're working on, if you need it. You're allowed to go look back and see other surgeons who have operated on this being, 10, 20, 30 years before you. So you can look at their documentation, and then you can find out the history of the being and where it's from.
Er sagt, in diesen Untergrundbasen gibt es auch so eine Art Büchereien und je nach der Clearance, also nach der Einweihung, die er hat, kann er solche Büchereien besuchen und sich selber informieren über die Wesen, ihre Identität und über ihre Historie, also über ihre Geschichte.
Auch was andere schon
ja,
rausgefunden
was
haben.
andere schon vor ihm rausgefunden haben, genau.
So others have been working on that species before, and you find out through looking into the documents or what?
So the planet, we have been collecting species for many 30 years, or more.
Für mehr als 30 Jahre.
Collecting species and aircraft and spacecraft, and we have a huge space where they are collecting debris from craft that they have blown up, and they are taking this back to the Earth to something similar to that. Reverse engineer whatever they bring back.
Ja, Sie untersuchen das schon seit mindestens 30 Jahren und Sie sind auch tätig in dem, was man in amerikanisch Reverse Engineering nennt, also das Rückentwickeln von sogenannter außerirdischer Technologie.
Not all the ETs that I worked on looked like human.
Nicht alle ETs sehen wie Menschen aus.
Some look like this.
Einige schauen so aus wie er und den hat er ja mit Dr. Stephen Greer autopsiert. This is right. This small guy, you made a research together with Dr. Stephen Greer. Yes, we saw on the.
Yes, I did the autopsy. Stephen Greer assisted me.
Ja, er machte die Autopsie zusammen mit Dr. Stephen Greer, der bekannt ist durch sein Buch Verborgene Wahrheit, verbotenes Wissen.
Is this size, is this a baby or is it a grown up
Ist das ein Baby oder ist das ein ausgewachsener Außerirdischer?
According to Dr. Lockman, the orthopedic bone specialist of the planet, he wrote the book on pediatric bone, Dr. Lockman. He reviewed all the CAT scans and x-rays and said that this 13-centimeter being is between 8 and 13 years of age.
Dieser Dr. Lachmann, mit dem er das untersucht hat, behauptete aufgrund von Röntgenuntersuchungen der Knochen, dass dieses Wesen zwischen 8 und 13 Jahren alt ist.
Okay. What is that?
What I did is I took the CAT scan back when I was getting this sample from Barcelona, and I took the CAT scan back, and we had the ability back then to 3D print off a CAT scan. So if I CAT scan your head, I can print your head and in different materials, and I can operate on your head before I operate on you tomorrow. So we were using that technology to help us learn about how 3D printing of what was inside their bodies, the organs, and what has tumors, what doesn't. But I use that technology to print the beam.
Okay, also durch das Abscannen ist es gelungen, mittels einem 3D-Drucker das Bone Structure, more or less, also diese Knochenstruktur nachzubauen.
Are they both prints, 3D prints?
So this one is a model that was made for me.
Das ist ein Modell.
This one is the actual size.
Und
this is a little bigger. So this is the actual size that Dr. Greer and I worked on. If you saw my movie Sirius, the documentary.
Yes, also er sagt, dass das linke die tatsächliche Körpergröße ist und das rechte ist ein Modell. Also das Modell, mit dem er gearbeitet hat.
I was vice president of CSETI, the Centers for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
Er war Vizepräsident von CSETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence.
And I was asked by the CSETI team, Dr. Greer, to go over there and help him with the extraction of this DNA. And we finished another paper at Stanford, which you can see my publication with Dr. Gary Nolan on the beam.
Ja, also er wurde gebeten, die DNA zu untersuchen von diesem Wesen. And what was the second part of your sentence?
If you want, I'm just saying the second part was that we we did many DNA studies on this being, and we're going to continue to do more studies on this in the future.
Also Sie machten, wie gesagt, DNA-Proben von dieser Wesenheit und Sie werden das weiter untersuchen, die DNA.
How can you talk about it? Is it not secret and are you not forbidden to talk about it?
Warum, Jo Konrad fragt, warum ist es nicht verboten, darüber zu reden?
They don't want me talking about stem cells or teaching you how to cure yourselves. They don't want me talking about zero-point energy or free energy devices.
Sie wollen nicht, dass...
But they don't mind if I talk all day about extraterrestrials and underground facilities because there's no money being made for me talking about extraterrestrials and underground facilities. They do not want me talking about the other inventions and stem cells and zero-point energy.
Ja, also der Hauptgrund ist, dass Sie nicht wollen, dass er über Nullpunktenergie, also freie Energie spricht und das andere, worüber er hauptsächlich spricht, sind Geräte, die Heilung von Krankheiten fördern. Das wollen Sie im Grunde auch nicht.
What actually is possible with this medicine? Can you heal everybody with secret technology?
Kann man damit alles im Leben heilen?
We have the technology already, and the technology is being repressed.
Wir haben die Technologie, aber die wird unterdrückt. Yes.
So when I got out of the military, I thought I would take it upon myself to bring technology to the world that was kind of secret, but they wouldn't let me. It was very hard to do. I was lucky to get this cell concentrator out to the world, much less newer technologies, because Big Pharma was very aggressive with me with new technologies.
Ja, er ist schon froh darüber, dass er den Zellengenerator auf den Markt gebracht hat und da gibt natürlich Probleme mit Big Pharma.
And the technology, is it like in Star Trek, is that you have something from...
So there's many different technologies, many different kinds. My favorite technology is they have a special bed.
Seine Technologie ist, they have a special pad?
Pad or bed?
Muster?
Bed.
Yeah. Okay.
Bed, okay. Also das ist praktisch ein Bett, wo... What happens?
Are they healing frequencies?
So this bed, it's just a big flat bed, it's like the size of a pool table.
Ein flaches Bett wie die Größe eines Tisches.
And when you lay somebody on the bed,
und wenn man jemanden auf den Tisch
it
legt,
shoots a holographic image above the body of your whole body.
Gibt's
everything
ein holographisches Image, also ein holographisches Bild des gesamten Körpers.
And I can grab the visual and I can zoom in all the way to your cells.
Okay.
Aha, und er hat dann ein holographisches Abbild, wo er reinzoomen kann und genau sieht,
bis auf Zellebene.
Bis auf Zellebene untersuchen kann, was los ist.
I can locate the cancer
Er kann den
in the
Krebs
body in just
genau
a few cells.
in
I
den
can
Zellen.
send a frequency in to the body on the table, just stereotactically to that area and eliminate those 10 cancer cells before it spreads.
Because of a specific frequency you can heal. Also er kann dann praktisch auf Zellebene mit einer bestimmten Frequenz die Zellen von Krebs heilen.
And we don't get the frequencies, or what is... Could we find out?
So, yeah, soon it's coming out. Slowly, ever since I came forward a couple of years ago, they're slowly releasing more and more of this information, and corporations, since it's being talked about, are anxious to get a hold of it. So they're inquiring as well, because they get most of the big corporations get most of their stuff from the secret projects, little by little.
Also die großen Corporations, also die großen Firmen und Unternehmen bekommen die Forschungsergebnisse von diesen unterirdischen Laboratorien.
So nach und nach.
So nach und nach, genau.
Okay.
PHP.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So, can't wait to get this bad.
So they're using frequencies, they're using scalar infotometry, they're using harmonics to accomplish this.
Ja, with scalar waves, mit Skalarwellen versuchen sie dann über eine entsprechende Frequenz den Körper wieder in Heilung zu bringen. In Harmonie zu bringen. Okay.
Your body gives off a different frequency than your own red blood cell.
Also,
Can you repeat
Yes.
this again, please?
Yeah. Your body,
Yes.
as a whole, with 2 trillion cells,
Dein
are
Körper,
vibrating. All the cells are vibrating, and you give off one frequency. But if you take a cell off of you, it has its own frequency. But working together, all the cells make up you, which is one ecosystem and one frequency that is measured by the secret government. So they know where you're at all the time because your body has a fingerprint frequency.
Also wenn ich es richtig verstehe, hat er gesagt, dass der Körper, die Zellen des Körpers insgesamt eine spezifische, bestimmte Frequenz haben, aber wenn er eine Zelle rausnimmt, hat die eine andere Frequenz.
oder eine eigene.
Also die Zelle eine individuelle Zellfrequenz hat, ja.
Jetzt ist der Doktor wieder kommen.
Okay, but we understood now. Yes.
Okay. So, you want me to talk about the portals?
Ob wir über die
Yes,
Zeitportale, of course, we're waiting.
Okay. Or does someone have a question specifically?
Hat jemand eine Frage zu diesem Thema?
Medizinischen Themen noch?
You understand him?
Yes, very good. Through my experience, I have not had any negative extraterrestrial contact.
Hat nie
I've only had positive
Kontakt.
contact. So I'm not saying that there isn't negative out there because I know a species that's really bad.
Sagt
in the
nicht,
universe.
da gibt es keine negativen. Sagt, da gibt es draußen sogar negative.
But how do you know? Did you have contact with? Did you talk to these other
Yes,
species?
I'm talking to that species right now.
Spricht mit diesen Wesenheiten auch jetzt.
We are the threat. We have to learn to get along with each other and become a little bit more conscious in order for us to move to the next level.
Wir sollten gegeneinander von uns, wir sollten untereinander von uns lernen, also von der außerirdischen Spezies und versuchen, eine höhere Bewusstseinsstufe zu bekommen. Yes. Applause from the audience.
So, it's all about education. We have to educate each other and have
Wir
these
müssen uns
meetings.
weiterbilden und sollten weiter solche Konferenzen oder Kongresse haben.
Because we have to educate the children. Because the children are going to be the ones who are taking care of us soon. So it's important that we stimulate them
Dass wir die
and letting them
Kinder
have their own free will.
stimulieren und anleiten und unseren eigenen freien Willen benutzen. No contact.
No.
Er fragt, ob der Kontakt mit den blauen Avianern ist.
I don't have any contact with blue avians. When I first was introduced by my colleagues about the blue aliens, blue avians, I have not seen that in my project work, so I could not, I had nothing to say about it.
Er kann darüber nicht sagen, weil er keinen Kontakt zu diesen
Can you
blauen
say how many different species there are on Earth?
Wie viele unterschiedliche Spezies gibt es auf Erden?
So, how many species are there on Earth for humans? How many different kind of humans are there?
Yes.
Or races? How many? A lot, right?
No.
Races. You're
Humans,
asking
human on
us.
Earth.
aliens.
I know.
Okay.
Us. There's a lot. There's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Different kinds of us.
Okay.
So in space, it's the same thing.
Also im Weltraum ist es genauso wie
Do
auf
people
der
in
Erde
Germany
jede
only
Menge
stay in
unterschiedliche
Germany?
Rassen.
They don't go to other places and meet people?
Und die Deutschen gehen ja auch an andere Orte und treffen auf andere Spezies oder Rassen.
Because, I'm German. I don't speak German, but I have German DNA. I have European DNA. I have Black Indian DNA.
Deutsche DNA.
In the universe, all the extraterrestrials also intermingle.
Also im Universum vermischen sich die Außerirdischen auch untereinander.
There's a lot of different groups.
There's no 100% pure anything. We're all mutts because they came from us.
Also sie kommen von uns sozusagen und es ist alles vermischt, ja.
Okay. Grays?
Say again?
Do you have grays in your project?
Gray aliens.
Grays. Small
Grays?
or tall grays.
So we had programmed life forms that looked like the media grays, like you see in movies. But those are we grow those and we put circuitry in them, so they don't have a soul. They can last a week or up to a lifetime. Depends how we grow them. But they have circuitry, so they're programmed life forms.
Ja, das sind aber Bioroboter. Kurz zusammengefasst.
Okay,
I'm not aware of the grays. I've not seen a gray.
Hat noch keinen Gray gesehen, wie wir sie in den Spielfilmen sehen.
Okay, let's talk about the portals or jump rooms. Have you heard about jump rooms?
Lasst uns über die Portale oder Sprungräume sprechen. Ja.
Is it too much?
No. So there's portals. There's portals all around the planet.
Es gibt den ganzen Planeten Portale.
And the planet has its own ley lines, grid lines.
Und der Planet selber hat seine eigenen Ley-Lines oder Gitter. Schumann-Gitter, Hartmann-Gitter, nehme ich an.
The universe in our three-dimensional place also has a grid line.
Und das Universum hat auch so ein Gitter.
These ley lines through the universe connect all the planets. So all the planets have portals on them too, and the extraterrestrials and us, we use this energy to travel to different places.
Aha.
These ley lines.
Also im Universum gibt es auch Ley Lines und sie reisen durch oder über die Ley Lines zu anderen Planeten.
Is it with a technology or just by thought?
Ist das eine Technologie oder geschieht das durch Gedankenkraft? He asked,
when you travel these portals, is it a technology? Do you need a device or whatever?
Yes, I'm getting there. I'm going to explain it.
Bitte erklären.
Throughout the universe and our planet, we have places like Stonehenge that have been here for a very long time.
Wir haben Plätze wie Stonehenge, die schon sehr lange existieren.
Organic portals on the planet that have been here forever.
Die schon schon sehr, sehr lange hier sind. Diese ancient portals you're talking about, like Stonehenge,
right.
Teotihuacan.
Yeah. Then there's portals that we find, the governments of the world, United States and Russia and everybody, even Germany, and they find these special places that have this resonating energy. That is high energy.
Regierungen noch weitere Portale gefunden, die diese hohe Energie haben.
So the governments will go and build on top of these places around the desolate areas of the planet and not tell anyone.
Okay.
They'll build a structure to build another portal to harvest the energy of the natural portal.
Okay, und die Regierungen bauen praktisch über diese Orte, wo diese Portale sind, Gebäude, um diese Energie zu ernten oder zu nutzen sozusagen. Yeah.
And once they do this, they can also synthetically, make these devices, but they're not perfected yet. They're not perfect. So many people have died in these things, and many teams have died.
Anlagen, aber diese Anlagen sind nicht perfekt. So if you say it's not perfect, if you say they are not perfect, so maybe sometimes is happening something or something went wrong. Is it right?
Yes. Yes. Even recently. In January, I was contacted by the project I used to be part of, and they asked me to come back and lead one of the missions. And I said, well, why do you need me? I mean, you have so many younger, well-trained. What about this person, this person, this person, this? All of my friends that are still there. They said there was an incident. They're no longer with us.
Ja, kürzlich wurde angesprochen, ob nicht nochmal zu so einem Team gehen kann. Und er fragte sich, es gibt doch Jüngere und warum sprechen die mich an? Und da wurde ihm geantwortet, dass es einen Unfall gab und dass sie noch jemand brauchen.
Sci-fi movies like Philadelphia Experiment or Stargate, is there anything like it in reality?
Ist es so ähnlich wie in Philadelphia?
Instead of the round circle, it's a square frame,
also
like a picture frame.
Kein rundes Portal,
like 30 feet
ist
across.
ein rechteckiges, ein quadratisches Portal, a square.
And you can't navigate easily, you're just finding out how you navigate or what?
The one I'm explaining now is in New Mexico, and it's on the surface in a building built on a portal.
Das Portal ist in Mexiko auf der Oberfläche, aber sie haben ein Gebäude über oder um das Portal herum gebaut.
So we can only travel when the stars and the sun and all the planets are in certain positions for the energy to be open for us to travel through.
Wir können nur das Portal benutzen, wenn die Sterne und die Planeten in einer bestimmten Position sind. Denn nur dann können wir das nutzen.
And you know where you get when you get into the portal, or is it, you know, don't know?
I can only assume because that's something we're not allowed to know. Because I'm only supposed to go there to take a sample of grass.
Wir können nur annehmen, wo wir sind, und ihm ist es zum Beispiel nur erlaubt, eine Grasprobe zu nehmen.
So everybody has a need to know.
A whole team and a vehicle can drive through the frame into this land. And our drones. We can bring all these drones with us and robots and all sorts of synthetic organisms.
Das ganze Team sowie ein Vehikel oder ein Auto sowie Drohnen und andere Gerätschaften können Sie durch dieses Portal mit hindurchnehmen.
And you don't know, is it another planet and you don't know where it is, or can you find out?
On the few trips that I've been on, I do believe it's definitely not Earth because the atmosphere was different and the gravity was a little different and the atmosphere was iridescent.
Die Gravitation war anders.
Everything is different, the soil, the plant life, the animals.
Anders, die Tiere, die Erde und was hat er noch gesagt?
Ja, der Himmel.
Der Himmel,
anders,
genau. A question from the audience: How long does one travel through these portals and back again?
It takes 2 to 3 months to prepare, and about maybe you're gone 20 minutes of here, but really you're gone for like 40 minutes to an hour. But
40
here you're
Minuten bis
gone
eine
20
Stunde.
minutes.
20, maximal eine Stunde.
You're getting back automatically after a certain
Kommt
time?
ihr automatisch zurück zu einer bestimmten Zeit?
Is it the risk that you stay there and you never come back on the other planet?
Oder gibt es das Risiko, nicht mehr zurückzukommen und auf dem anderen Planeten zu bleiben?
Lost in space.
Yeah, like round trip ticket.
Yeah.
Ja.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the problem because the energy vortex, when the Earth is spinning and it's tilted a certain way, everything lines up perfectly, but only for a couple hours.
Also das hängt mit der Achse der Erde zusammen. Wenn sich das zu sehr ändert, dann praktisch können Sie nicht mehr zurückkommen.
So you have to come back in a certain time because there's only
Er muss
this window.
in einer bestimmten Zeit, solange das Fenster offen ist, during the window is open, you have to come back, also muss er wieder zurückkommen. Did you use such a portal to get on Mars?
I don't know if I was on Mars. I cannot tell you. Like we're not allowed to ask. The only reason I know that it was, the only reason I feel that it was not Earth is because I would know. You would know, like you can tell inside that you're in a different vibration place.
Er weiß nur, er war nicht auf der Erde.
Because of this, when the energy stops, you cannot come back. So you have to do it.
Also wenn diese Energie stoppt, dann kann man nicht mehr zurückkommen. Is there any incident when someone didn't come back, get lost in space and time?
Yeah, in January, the whole team of 5 or 6 people did not come back.
Oh, er sagt, Januar ist das ganze Team, 5 oder 6 Personen, nicht mehr zurückgekommen.
And those were people I knew, friends of mine. So I did not want to accept another offer because I'm in a really bad position now. They would make it maybe look like an accident or something. It's too risky. It's not worth it.
Ja, er wird ein weiteres Angebot nicht mehr annehmen, weil es ist zu gefährlich. Ja, es sieht dann aus wie ein Unfall, like an accident.
Just like it's risky for astronauts to go to space. It's risky for these people to go and travel through the portals to these other places.
In den Weltraum zu reisen, und genauso risikoreich ist es für diese Gruppe durch diese Zeitportale zu gehen. Do you know one question from the audience. Do you know the interview with General Randy Kramer?
Yes, I'm interviewing him next week at Gaia.
Er wird ihn nächste Woche interviewen.
Yeah, Gaia. I have a show on Gaia TV. If you guys want to go to Gaia.com or go to emerysmith.net, you can register on Gaia and you can see all the shows that I do there.
Auf
that
Gaia
talk
könnt
about
ihr
this
alle diese
real
Berichte
specific.
sehen und ist dort vertreten. Ja. Und so, he knows your project. Also er weiß, für das Publikum, für das Publikum, Randy Kramer ist ein Super Soldier, der behauptet, auf dem Mars gewesen zu sein und dort auch gegen Reptiloiden gekämpft zu haben. Aber das ist eine andere Geschichte. Okay, go on.
So I will be doing a nice bunch of shows with Randy coming in the future, in the next month. You'll see them.
Also er wird eine Show machen mit Randy Kramer.
So one time I was going through this portal with my team and a dog and a robot.
Eines Tages sind sie durch ein Portal gegangen mit einem Hund und einem Roboter.
We have special suits that we wear and the animals wear.
Mit spezieller Kleidung and what was the rest?
Mit einem Helm.
Mit einem Helm. With a helmet, yes. Okay.
We have all kinds of scientists that go on these missions, like all kinds of biologists, exobiologists, and people to study the geography and what the planet is made of. We also have people that are specific just for specific animals and plants. And they also study the age of the trees and the plants.
Ja, okay. Sie haben also verschiedene Wissenschaftler, die mit durch diese Portale gehen, wie Biologen und Physiker. Und sie besorgen also von dieser anderen Ebene Tiere und Pflanzen.
Ja, Proben. Ja.
Proben von Tieren und Pflanzen.
How much time do we have anyway?
Okay.
How much time do you have?
For me, it's morning, so I have all day.
Also für ihn ist morgen und er hat noch den ganzen Tag Zeit. Okay.
So we have these canine units that have a type of suit on them, and we use canines because they can hear and sense things that we can't. And these are genetically made canines specifically for these trips.
Also sie haben so spezielle Anzüge,
Canines sind Hunde.
Oder Hunde, Canines sind Hunde, die speziell für diese Missionen sind und trainiert sind.
Und geschaffen sind sogar. Okay.
Yeah. And so when the team goes into one of these things, in our helmets, we see everyone where everyone's at all the time. And no one's more than like 100, 200 meters away from where we came in. It's very rare that we'll go for a very long trip.
Also sie haben spezielle Helme, wo sie sehr weit damit sehen können und sie nehmen sie immer auf.
Es wird auch so eingeblendet, wo jeder ist.
Dass jeder weiß, wo der andere ist.
You were talking about robots. Is it like what we know, or is it advanced robotics, like Boston Dynamics, or is it
Sind es spezielle Roboter?
Very advanced robot that sometimes has like 3 tripod legs, and it can move around and walk and climb, and it's like the size of a small car, like you have in Europe.
Sie haben also Roboter, die wie
the biggest people of the planet get the smallest cars. Why?
Wie kleine Autos sind und the biggest people.
Die größten Leute haben die kleinsten Autos.
Also die größten Leute haben die kleinsten Autos.
Okay.
I'm saying robot because it's just a term for pop culture. Understand?
Also
this robot comes with us.
Dieser
It
Roboter
has
kommt mit
special
uns.
sensors that tell us if a storm is coming, an earthquake is coming, or it scans the ground because you could be walking and fall right through the ground.
Diese Roboter warnen Sie auch vor Stürmen oder Erdbeben oder vor Löchern in der Erde, dass sie nicht reinfallen.
Now we're changing the topics, but
No, but I'll talk about that later. I'll touch on that. The robot has sensors to pick up all this stuff, and it tells us if there's a threat. So it will shoot a low volumetric wave that they shoot the low volume wave down, and when the wave comes back up, we can see everything underneath the ground, everything. So
okay, die Roboter haben Sensoren, die vor jedem Angriff warnen und
die können den Unterboden scannen, die können also
in das
rausfinden, was unter
Erdreich
der Erde ist.
scannen, genau,
Okay.
und sie warnen.
That's great technology. I'd like to have one. Where can we buy those? No, just kidding.
this technology is so amazing. I'm going to change course. I'm going to go back to what we're talking about.
Ja, also
Wechselt das Thema, aber kommt nochmal zurück.
okay, yeah, do it.
So this technology is now, they're utilizing it, this technology here on Earth publicly, but they're not telling anyone. And the man who invented it, that we know of, he does not trust to give it to any of the governments yet, because this device we can put in a drone.
Okay, dieser Mensch, der das dieser Mensch, der das entwickelt hat, hält das geheim, er gibt es nicht der Regierung, weil man kann es für Drohnen verwenden. Okay.
This device is how we scanned the ground and we found all the Mexican tunnels from Mexico to the United States.
Und mit diesem Gerät kann man auch alle unterirdischen Tunnel in Mexiko und USA finden.
Okay.
Yeah, you have found all the tunnels, the underground tunnels.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can put this technology in your iPhone or in a drone. We can fly the drone 2 miles out from LA out towards the ocean and scan a freighter, a whole freighter.
Okay.
And we hid. Yeah.
Ja, okay. Und Sie können dieses Teil in ein iPhone sogar einbauen oder in eine Drohne und mit der Drohne dann über Land fliegen und alles abscannen sozusagen, sehen. Okay.
When you see underground, don't you see a lot of tunnels that are secret in the earth?
Sind da unterirdische geheime Tunnel?
All over.
Überall
Many civilizations and many big pockets inside the earth that are full of life and they survive off chemogenesis.
Also da gibt es jede Menge unterirdische Tunnel und auch größere Räume, die voller Leben sind oder Lebewesen sind.
In the earth, there are other species also. Okay.
Auch andere
Yes.
Lebensformen.
Under this earth. So when we go to another place and the machine scans everything, it sends back a picture of underground that's 400 times better resolution than a CAT scan.
Also er redet von Geoscan und das ist 400 Mal besser als den Geoscan, den wir CAT-Scan. Röntgenaufnahme, ja, 400 Mal besser als wir machen können.
Sounds good.
So like the bed I mentioned earlier, this device can do all that. It can scan your body too. So in the future, you will just pick up your iPhone and then lay it on your body, and then you're going to zoom in. You're going to zoom in to yourself, and then
see what's
wrong.
To
fix it.
Ja, diese gleiche Technologie ist praktisch auch in einem iPhone und damit kann man auch, genauso wie man auf den Boden reinröntgen kann, so kann man auch auf die Zellebene reinröntgen.
When we fly the drone out of LA over the port to scan the freighter, we can pick up 1/10 of a milliliter of uranium wrapped in lead, wrapped in an oil drum, dropped to the bottom of the oil tanker. You can pick out exactly what it is and where it is because the slow volume wave, when it comes back, everything bounces back with a different frequency. And we logged in every frequency on Earth, so we know if it's plutonium, we know if it's gold, we know if it's a dead organic body.
Ja, Sie können also auch tief unterirdisch, zum Beispiel Plutonium.
Sie fliegen mit einer Drohne über den Hafen und können dann sehen, ob irgendwo ein Gramm Plutonium in einem Schiff, in einem
eingeschlossen ist, also gut versteckt ist, ist für Sie kein Problem, das zu sehen.
Amazing, okay. So they know everything.
So yeah, it's very.
You can't hide
I was
anything.
on a project in the last couple of years ago, that we found some things under the ground here in the United States, and it was so overwhelming.
Vor einigen Jahren fanden Sie Interessantes in den Vereinigten Staaten, das überwältigend war. One question: How deep can you look into the Earth?
Unlimited, all the way.
Unlimited. Er sagt unendlich weit. Unlimited.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my colleague who's a specialist in the radar. As far as I know, she's saying that doesn't go all the way through, but I've seen images through the technology and the projects that do shoot all the way through the planet. But the ones that right now she's saying doesn't go all the way through the planet, but it goes far enough that we can pick up things miles deep. And the man who invented it, I probably shouldn't say his name, but he wants to do good with this technology. But getting back to the portals.
But slowly.
Just to translate that.
Otherwise it gets too much. Sagt also, zur Frage zurückzukehren, wie tief geht es? Es geht nicht unendlich tief, aber es geht extrem tief, viele Meilen. Er hat sich jetzt nicht auf eine exakte Zahl festgelegt. Okay. Back to the portals.
I'm going back to the portal. So we use this type of technology today that we had 20 years ago in these portals. And it's really all there for safety. It's all for safety reasons that we have these animals and these robots and things coming with us through this portal to collect things.
Okay, also Sie haben das aus Sicherheitsgründen, haben Sie diese Roboter und diese Technologie und diese Hunde.
Okay, you were telling something amazing you found out. Where in the US or what?
Habt ihr irgendwas Interessantes herausgefunden?
Here in the United States, we found a 33-foot in stasis being, a sarcophagi, like a capsule, like a being in animated stasis. Do you understand?
Okay. Ein 35 Meter großes Wesen haben Sie gefunden.
35 Fuß.
35 Fuß. Ja. 10 Meter, ja. Okay.
Oh, anyway. Also in Stasis, im Tiefschlaf, okay.
Ja. Wie alt war, how old was this being?
Let him tell what he found out, okay. What do you find out about him?
So we only know that after looking at the image, that there's this being 30 to 33 feet long that that is in a capsule, and it looks like he's frozen, but he's not. He's just not there right now. He's somewhere else, but he can animate himself and come back whenever. So we have not excavated this because
dieses 30 bis 35 Fuß große Wesen sah aus wie eingefroren, aber es war nicht eingefroren. Und wenn ich richtig verstanden habe, kann es sich selber wieder erwecken.
Ja, okay.
Zum Leben erwecken. Okay.
Right. So we have not excavated this because it's in a very dangerous area in the earth to get to.
Also es ist eine sehr gefährliche Schicht, um an das Wesen heranzukommen.
When you're talking about we, are you talking about government or corporation or what?
Wenn wir sagen wir,
the corporation who hired me to come out there and work with them on this archaeological expedition, the corporation could not get into this area because of underlying aquifers that were a problem.
Is the corporations working for the government or what?
Ja, also die Unternehmungen, die die Macht haben und diese Anlagen betreiben, die arbeiten für die Regierung. Nicht für, not for the, they work
Nein,
not for the.
Wenn von sich spricht, wir haben das untersucht, wer ist das? Government or
corporations?
Yeah, it's corporate. It's a corporation. Yeah, definitely corporation that's by itself, owned by civilians.
Es sind die Unternehmen, die von Zivilisten geführt werden.
You have access to military and other political access.
Aber Sie haben Zugang zu Militär und so weiter. Also Deep State, more or less.
Do you see any change in the administration of the US after Trump that he will
Gibt es
give
da eine
more things
Veränderung
out in the future? Is there
in
any
der
hope?
Zukunft?
Yes, I mean, since he's come on board, he's demonstrated of lots of new technologies coming out. He definitely he believes in this stuff, and he's based on priorities right now for his political run. But I did write I did talk to some of his people that are in direct contact with him before he was elected to help me with a self-sustainable clinic and a facility and place. And they were really, he's really for that kind of thing. Whether anything comes out of it, I'm not sure.
Also er spricht über Donald Trump, wovon ich ausgehe, und Trump unterstützt diese ganzen Untersuchungen und versucht das auch in eine positive Richtung zu führen.
Okay. Now let's talk about time travel. Or?
Lasst uns nochmal zur Zeitreisen zurückkehren.
I mean,
there was a time that one of our colleagues during one of our expeditions through the portal was attacked by a plant.
Attacked by what?
A plant.
A plant. Bei einer Zeitreise wurde einer der Kollegen von einer Pflanze attackiert. Pflanze.
And the plant was conscious.
Die Pflanze hatte Bewusstsein.
It looked like a 3-meter in diameter giant lotus flower.
Diese Pflanze sah aus wie ein 3 Meter hohe Lotuspflanze, Blume.
Yeah, and it had tentacles that come out of it.
Und es hatte Tentakel, die aus der Pflanze rauskamen.
And the tentacles, we found out the hard way. If you get too close, within 10 meters, the tentacle will grab you and take you and pull you into the center of the flower.
Oh, und wenn man zu nahe kommt, also das sind 10 Meter, dann kommt so ein Tentakel und greift einem und zieht ihn in die Pflanze hinein.
So immediately, this person was facing this direction, working on another plant, and this plant tentacle from 10 meters away came and wrapped around her leg and dragged her right to the center of the flower. And we hear the commotion, everyone, and the dogs too, and we all run to this person and grab her.
Person wurde von hinten praktisch von der Pflanze aus 10 Meter Entfernung angegriffen, wie so ein Art Lasso, verstehe ich das. Und da kamen aber sofort die Hunde und he survived. This guy survived?
She was a woman.
Das war eine Frau.
A botanist, it was a woman, a botanist, and we were able to sever the plant,
und es ist
the arm,
gelungen,
the tentacle of the plant,
diesen
and
Arm
pull her out.
durchzuschneiden und die Frau wieder herauszubekommen.
And these plants.
Oh, sorry, one question.
On a planet, another planet, like Avatar or what?
Was on another planet.
Well,
Or dimension.
I don't know.
Or dimension.
I cannot honestly tell you where I was because I'm not sure where I was, but it seemed to be another planet. It wasn't inside the planet because it had a big atmosphere.
Also er sagt ja schon vorher, er weiß nicht, wo das war. Ihm wird das nicht gesagt. Es war auf jeden Fall auf einem anderen Planeten. Und genau. Ja. Okay. You have another question?
And we also, during these missions, we have drones that can fly very great, vast, different distances that we relay information to us.
Und wir haben ja natürlich immer die Drohnen dabei, die sehr weite Distanzen fliegen und uns immer warnen und Informationen geben über die Ebene, wo sie sind. Okay.
Any questions?
Sind da Fragen vom Publikum? Ja? Has there been a portal in the Iraq?
Is it the what?
Is there
in the Iraq.
a portal, a star portal, a star gate in the Iraq?
Is there a portal in Iraq?
Yes. This was the question from the audience.
There's a couple portals there are a couple portals in Iraq, but I have not been to them.
Ja, da gibt es mehrere Portale im Irak, aber mehr kann ich nicht sagen.
Kann uns irgendwas über das Bermuda-Dreieck oder die Antarktis, geheime Projekte erzählen?
Nicht zu viel. Bermuda Triangle.
Can you tell us something about the Bermuda Triangle or Antarctica?
Yes, there are portals that also come and go, and we don't know when they open up. And sometimes craft come through them, and sometimes craft are leaving from the Earth through these portals. And I believe that Bermuda Triangle is one of these areas of undefined electromagnetic activity, which opens portals now and then.
Ja, es gibt auch Portale, die kommen und plötzlich wieder verschwinden und durch elektromagnetische Energie tätig werden und dann spontan wieder verschwinden. Is there a connection between the Progetti Mountains in Romania and what was the other? Baghdad.
Yes, they are connected underground.
Die sind unterirdisch verbunden. Ja, gute Frage.
Yeah, but the governments are controlling the entrance now.
Die Regierung
they
kontrolliert
work
die Eingänge.
with the United States forces to work together, but it's not working out so well.
Also die werden zwar von der Regierung kontrolliert, aber das funktioniert nicht so gut, die Kontrolle.
Does that mean that there's a lot of wars about portals?
Gibt es da
Yeah, there's arguments going back and forth whether or not to reveal the history or not. And there's different factions and organizations and governments that do want it released, and some do not because it goes against their religious preferences.
Okay, da gibt es verschiedene Gruppen, die untereinander kämpfen, weil sie haben wahrscheinlich unterschiedliche Agenda, ob man jetzt, was diese Sache betrifft, ein Full Disclosure, also eine totale Veröffentlichung machen soll. Andere sind dagegen. Also da gibt es noch aus auch religiösen Gründen. Yes.
Let's talk about time travel.
Und,
I know portal jumping is so boring.
It's boring. Oh,
sind die Portale so langweilig?
No, I mean portal jumping. I'm being funny.
No.
I mean, but jumping. Well, you're talking.
Yeah.
But time travel is portal jumping. Portal jumping, you always lose some little bit of time. You either gain time or you lose time.
Zeitreisen ist praktisch durch die Portale, entweder gewinnt man Zeit oder man verliert Zeit.
Now, I believe there's something out there, but I am not aware, I've not seen it, that this is the device where you can type in, I want to go back to 1984 and see Back to the Future. I haven't seen specific date checks where you can actually specifically go to a specific day, but I've heard that these exist, but I have not personally seen one.
Ja, also er sagt, dass es solche speziellen zielgerichteten Portale gibt, wo man in eine bestimmte Zeit kommen kann, aber er hat sie persönlich noch nicht gesehen.
So time travel is actually the same technology over portals, or what's that?
Yeah, it's interdimensional travel, because, it's not like space travel where you get in a three-dimensional spaceship and you go from Earth and then come back and everyone's, old and you're not.
Wait, Emery, short. There was an internet problem. We didn't saw you, but now it's okay again. Please, can you repeat what you have talked? Sorry for this technical problem.
Interdimensional travel, you time travel and you lose time, but we don't know how to exactly pinpoint time that in my projects that I was with. Now, there's other colleagues out there who say are time travelers, and I believe they are time travelers that have traveled specifically.
Also Sie können das nicht speziell justieren, in welche Zeit Sie gehen und
mal gewinnen Sie Zeit, mal verlieren Sie Zeit.
Genau,
okay.
Gewinnen oder verlieren Sie Zeit. Yes, okay.
Can you visit other planets and other universes only with your brain, changing your brain waves without a device?
Can you visit other planets only by mental power, without any device? Also geht das ohne Gerätschaft?
Yeah, you have your body is an amazing device that's not been activated in maybe 5%. So we can do many things.
Dein Körper ist ein fantastisches Gerät und du hast davon noch nicht mal 5% aktiviert.
Are people specially trained for such?
Yeah. Most of the beams, like the one over here behind me, this one was a artist rendition of an original picture of an extraterrestrial that we took on a CE5 in Boca Grande, Florida, which you're going to be seeing a lot of this one soon. I took this picture on a CE5, and these beams are light, okay? All light. And they can form into this, or into a dog, or anything they want, because they have mastered the use of frequency and vibration of their DNA.
Okay.
You are everywhere.
Okay, not too much. Ihr seht das Bild im Hintergrund, das ist ein Lichtwesen und das hat die Fähigkeit, einen physischen Körper seiner Wahl anzunehmen, weil es sein Potenzial voll aktiviert hat.
Okay. Can you communicate? Is it telepathically or do they communicate in any way?
Könnt ihr damit telepathisch kommunizieren?
They're all telepathic beings.
Das sind alles telepathische Wesen.
There are some civilizations that are only maybe 1,000 years advanced from us. And then there's civilizations that are trillions of years more advanced than us.
Oh, da gibt es Wesen, die sind tausende von Jahren weiterentwickelt als wir und da gibt es noch andere Wesen, die sind Trillionen, also Millionen Jahre weiterentwickelt als wir. Das ist schwer nachzuvollziehen für uns, zu begreifen.
One of the biggest problems on Earth I'd like to fix is the communication problem. And this would all be answered. Most wars are all over communication. Most fights are over communication reading. When you do it telepathically, there's no judgment for error.
Ja, ein großes Problem hier auf der Erde ist die Kommunikation und wenn wir lernen, das telepathisch zu machen, dann haben wir keine Probleme mehr, da gibt es auch keine Misunderstandings und Missverständnisse, keine Fehler. Ja, no errors. Ja.
Emery, do you think your life is in danger because you're speaking about things that people should not know?
Is your life in danger?
Well, after surviving like 5 assassination attempts a couple years back, I'm in a safe area now, and I have a lot of support from the government and the political government and military and other organizations that really want to see this stuff come out. So I don't overstep my boundaries.
So, also nach 5 Mordanschlägen fühle ich mich jetzt hier in der Umgebung sicher, zumal auch Militär und andere Organisationen Interesse daran haben, dass er weiter Sachen veröffentlicht.
So the chances are pretty good that things are getting out.
Yes, oh, absolutely. It's coming out. Every day there's something comes out that's new, and it's a lot faster than it was a couple years ago before it came out.
Ja, Moment bitte. Er sagt, also es gibt positive Ausblicke in die Zukunft. Er sagt, es wird immer schneller gehen und immer mehr wird an die Öffentlichkeit kommen. Also auch an diesen Geräten, die heilen und so weiter und Informationen.
Is groups like us actually a preparation for disclosure for everybody, that you start with people who believe in it and are open to it and see how they react, and if you see it's okay, they understand, then we can talk.
Right. All I can do is tell you my experience and my story, and it's up to you to go out and investigate yourself, which I tell everyone, don't believe everything you hear. Go out and find out for yourself. Go investigate. You will see the truth.
Also alles, was ich machen kann, ist, ich kann euch meine Erfahrungen, mein Wissen mitteilen und den Rest müsst ihr praktisch machen und wir müssen herausgehen und die Wahrheit sagen.
I have another question from the audience about you scanned the Earth and about inner Earth. You said there are areas where the species live. Can it be that the Earth is hollow after all and there's a central sun, or don't you find any evidence for that?
No, there's in inner Earth. There's no sun, but there is a lot of bioluminescent plant life and bioluminescent water, and the insects and animals are all bioluminescent, kind of like in the movie that he mentioned earlier, Avatar.
Okay.
And this energy.
Wait a little bit. Jo hat gefragt, ob die Erde hohl ist und ob da eine innere Sonne ist. Und dann sagt er, nein, da ist keine innere Sonne, aber die Pflanzen und auch das Wasser, das würde aus sich heraus leuchten, luminizieren. Okay.
And is it like a hollow Earth or just caves, or that can be pretty big?
It can be very large, couple miles actually in diameter. It's always like a dome though. So like you were just insinuating, it does have like a dome look to it, and there is light sometimes up in the. It looks like a sky, but it's not. It has its own atmosphere. This area has its own atmosphere. It's very humid. Some are humid, some are tropical, some are ice.
Also in der Erde sieht es aus, als wäre da ein Dom und es hat seine eigene Atmosphäre und er hat vorher was gesagt, von Caves, von Höhlen, das habe ich nicht verstanden. Sind das Höhlen in der tektonischen Kruste oder spricht er jetzt von einer richtigen Hollow Earth? I asked him this.
Yeah.
We have a problem. Do you talking about a real hollow Earth, or do you talking about caves within the tectonic shields?
Yes, I'm talking about openings below the tectonic shield.
Okay.
So you don't know if the Earth is totally hollow, or you know it and it's not, and that's just caves.
Slowly, spricht jetzt von großen Höhlen innerhalb der Erdkruste.
They're not connected to our cave system. It's very rare that these things are connected. They're their own ecosystem. So you would have to teletransport there, or go through one of these portals, or you'd have to send one of our robots down to drill through and send back information. We have special robots that look like snakes that go deep into the earth and bring back information.
Okay, Sie haben Roboter, die tief in die Erde gehen und noch tiefer als diese Höhlen in den tektonischen Platten es ist ein Hohlraum, ist ein größerer Hohlraum.
These are pockets in the earth, pockets, its own place.
Wie
that you cannot just go
in der
through a
Erde.
cave and access.
Und also man kann da nicht in eine Höhle rein und hat dann direkt Zugang. But with robots it's possible.
Ja, wie eine Schlange.
A robot, yeah, they have a special snake.
Reinbohrt.
Ja.
It's about it's around 3 to 4 meters long, mechanical, and has plasma around it, a gel that's classified, and it heats up the rock and just shoots right through the earth.
It melts through.
And it brings and sends back information.
Aha, dieses Gerät dieser Roboter ist wie eine Schlange, der sich ins Innere der Erde mit hoher Geschwindigkeit reinschmilzt.
Wollen wir mal fragen, wie lange wir noch machen? Wie ist denn die Stimmung?
Sorry?
Hier? Wollen wir noch
Weiter? Okay. We want to go on with questionnaire, if it's okay for you.
What's the question?
We want to go on with questionnaire you because we find it very interesting to talk with you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So, who's next?
I can't.
What do you know about the manipulation of the timeline during the Second World War?
Manipulation of the timeline during the Second World War, also Manipulation der Zeitlinie während des Zweiten Weltkriegs. Do you know anything about it?
How time affects biometrics?
Timeline.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
No, timeline. She's asking about timelines. She thinks there are some more timelines, not only one. Also,
No, many timelines. There's infinite timelines.
Es gibt unendlich viele
you
Zeitlinien.
cannot go back in time and kill Hitler. Okay? You cannot. You cannot do this.
Wir können nicht zurücksehen.
And it will not affect your original timeline. You will create another reality, another dimensional time because of what you did.
Wir können also nicht zurückgehen und Hitler töten, wir können aber unsere eigene Zeitlinie selber erschaffen.
Was it like in Philadelphia experiment that there was a connection between 1964 and what was it? 84?
Ja, so 84, 20 Jahre Montaukzyklus.
Yeah,
A very bad accident. A very bad accident.
Ein sehr schlimmer. What
This
was?
is real.
That was using teletransportation. Yeah.
It's like in the movie. It happened. As far as you know.
I haven't seen the movie, but yeah.
Okay, Jo fragt praktisch nach dem Philadelphia-Experiment Teil 2, wo die Deutschen den Zweiten Weltkrieg gewonnen haben.
Ich habe eigentlich am ersten gefragt.
Oder nach. Okay, aber er sagt, wir sollen unsere eigene Zeitlinie kreieren.
So there can every timeline there can be a whole different history and everything can be different, but we can access.
It's a multiverse.
Es ist ein Multiversum mit unendlich vielen Zeitlinien. Ja. Is another question?
It's infinite amounts.
Mit unendlich vielen Möglichkeiten.
Manipulate the timelines. Is there manipulation of timelines possible and has it been?
Gibt es eine Manipulation von Zeitlinien und wurde das
To my
gemacht?
knowledge, it's not possible to my knowledge. But I do have colleagues that claim to be time travelers and have done things. But that's secondhand information. I did not experience that. So I don't believe you can do this because of what I've been shown and the instruction that we've been through when we travel through these portals. They give us education on, what to expect when you come back.
Also er sagt, er hat da keine Erfahrung damit, aber es gibt Kollegen, die sich damit beschäftigen, aber er glaubt nicht, dass es möglich ist, da zu manipulieren innerhalb einer Zeitlinie. Is there any plasma technology nowadays available for healing purpose?
Yes. For asthma, there is a company called Aquanu, and they developed the fourth state of water. It's a gas. And they have put people on this machine, including myself, and I've treated my family with this machine. And you breathe this fourth state of water, this gas, and somehow it has antimicrobial effects without affecting your body. It has a chelation effect, so it'll chelate metals. But most importantly, it'll actually help you, heal.
Also es gibt einen vierten Aggregatzustand von Wasser, der ist gasförmig und den hat er oder seine Familie inhaliert und das hat zur Folge, dass der Körper geheilt wird.
You can also nebulize a nebulizer with platelet-rich plasma, the stuff that I helped design to concentrate. The PRP was taken from you and spun down, and they take out the growth factors with my device. They put that little bit in a nebulizer, and you breathe it.
Aha, es gibt auch ein Gerät, so ähnlich wie ein like a Bronchospalytikum, such a device, wo man dann das Gas einatmen
Like a asthma
kann.
spray or something?
It's like, hold on, I got one here.
Oh, er sucht uns das jetzt raus. This is this device. And
Portable nebulizer.
Okay.
yeah,
What was the company's name again?
the company's name we need. On off. Omron, Micro Omron.
Aquanu.com. But this is a portable nebulizer that you can just keep for yourself to put different kinds of water in, and also if you have platelet-rich plasma from your blood, you can put it in here and then breathe it.
Also man kann verschiedene Arten von Wasser da reingeben und dann hat man auch verschiedene Arten von Plasma und das kann man dann inhalieren.
Do you know anything about Galactic Federation or something, and how do they see the Earth and the mankind? Do they want
Gibt es eine galaktische
connection to the
Konföderation
mankind or whatever? Do you
mit
know anything
Kontakt
about
zur Menschheit?
Are you referring to extraterrestrials?
Yes, is there a
Bezieht
federation
sich das
of
auf Außerirdische?
kind?
Ja.
Oh, the Galactic Federation?
Is there any? Yeah.
Ist der eine?
Yeah, there is a type of, there is a parliament a federation out there type thing that is watching us. They're watching us to make sure we don't destroy the planet 100%, or that we don't kill off more than 70% of the population.
Es gibt es gibt eine Art außerirdisches Parlament, das darauf aufpasst, dass wir uns nicht gegenseitig ausrotten. Ja, okay.
Getting back to the other lady's question, telepathy happens very quickly. So on our expeditions, we memorize 300 questions in case we meet an extraterrestrial, because in less than 0.5 seconds, all your questions are answered once you meet them, like that quick. And now you have so many more questions, but you're so overwhelmed with this love and this energy, most time you just smile and cry, and it's a very short meeting in between these meetings that you have, and everything is answered quickly. So they also, when you learn the language of telepathy, you have to understand you cannot walk into a room if I just had a fight with someone and I'm going to work with an ET and I'm really upset inside.
Ja, okay, because of this emotional distress. Also er sagt, die ETs beherrschen Telepathie, und wenn sie mit dir reden, dann können sie 300 Informationen innerhalb von einer Sekunde oder sehr viel, sehr schnell praktisch rüberbringen oder runterladen. Aber wenn du vorher eine Auseinandersetzung mit jemandem hattest und bist emotional aufgewühlt, dann kannst du nicht in telepathischen Kontakt treten.
So if I was angry inside my body, I'm angry, and I walk into a room with an ET, and I look at the ET and I say, "Hi, how are you today?" The ET hears it, "Hi, how are you today?"
Ah ja, also wenn er ärgerlich ist und er hat einen ET mal getroffen und hat zu ihm gesagt, ja, hallo, wie geht's dir? Und für den ET kommt das dann so an, hallo, wie geht's dir? Also die Telepathie wird getragen von der Emotion. Und dann geht es nicht.
There are no secrets.
Da gibt es keine Geheimnisse.
They know everything about you, but it's hard for you, because we don't know how, to know everything about them. They can block it, the transmission.
Okay.
They know. The ET knows when I'm working with them. They know what I'm doing tonight. They know I have plans.
Ja, die ETs wissen also genau, was du machst, wie du drauf bist, aber sie selber können sie schützen, dass du nicht so in sie reinschauen kannst.
So you are a diplomat actually when you're on a mission?
They're a diplomat? No. Mm-mm.
But you have to deal.
I'm just a technician. Yeah, just a technician, you know. Yeah. So you have to be careful before you have to ground yourself, and you have to make sure that you don't have any weird thoughts, because then they will pick up on this. Because one time I walked past a type of reptilian extraterrestrial in the projects, and he smelled so bad, like stunk.
Yeah.
And he heard me say it in my mind.
That's an insight.
Ja. One moment. Also wir müssen uns zentriert sein und friedlich sein, um mit ihnen in Kontakt zu treten. Und irgendwann ist er auf einen Reptiloiden getroffen, und er dachte, oh, der stinkt ja entsetzlich. Und der hat das sofort empfangen, und es wurde abgeblockt, praktisch.
And they joke around. They're very funny. They actually are very, like comedians. They're very comic. So if they knew that I was going to Germany, let's say, and I was working last night, they would be like, "So Emery, you're going to Germany tomorrow. I guess you're going to have a lot of fun, huh?" You know, they would do funny things like this. Yeah. Really?
Ja, also die Außerirdischen, even the reptilians are funny? Even the reptilians? No.
I thought you were talking about reptilians.
Because they're misjudged, the reptilians, because they always have frown.
Yeah.
Okay, also er sprach jetzt nicht.
It doesn't mean they're unhappy. They look, you know, and there's many races of reptilians. Like there's many different types of humans here on Earth. Yeah. There's that many, like hundreds of different races of reptilians. They don't all look exactly the same.
Also er differenziert jetzt.
They look.
Slowly a little bit. Er hat jetzt eben nicht über Reptilians gesprochen. Er meinte, diese ETs sind in der Regel sehr lustig und aufgeschlossen. Aber dieser war es nicht, wobei auch unter den Reptiloiden es verschiedene Rassen und Rassen gibt, die anders sind.
What's in the water you drink? Is there stones or what?
Was ist in dem Wasser, was du da trinkst?
Shungite.
Ah, Shungite. Yeah, Shungite.
Shungite.
Shungite water, and I put crystals also. I have
Und Shungite und
amethyst
Kristalle.
quartz. I make water. Yeah. I make my own water.
Okay. But slowly, one other question.
Artificial intelligence.
Is
there do you know about the danger of artificial intelligence? Is it overtaking the Earth, or is it danger there?
Or is it harmless?
We're right there at the cusp that it can go either way because we love technology, but AI is more effective and efficient for many things and we can live longer because of AI. So don't think of all the negative because, everything comes with a positive and negative, but so what? It's up to us to make it, work the right way, but we have to really monitor the people that are creating the AI because AI can become conscious.
Also die künstliche Intelligenz ist weder positiv noch negativ, es kommt darauf an, was wir damit machen. Er sagt aber hinten dran, dass die künstliche Intelligenz ihr eigenes Bewusstsein entwickeln wird. Kann. This artificial intelligence can develop an own consciousness or is going to develop its own consciousness?
It can develop its own consciousness. You remember the movie Transformers?
Yeah.
The movie with the machines that are conscious?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the future, machines are conscious. So they can be conscious, like you see in the robots in the movies. So they have...
in diesem Film wurden dann die Maschinen bewusst, sie können aber bewusst werden, müssen aber nicht zwangsläufig.
But they can fight the humankind like in Terminator and Matrix and so on.
Yes, they can be programmed. It's called consciousness-assisted technology. So they can get a weapon or a medical device and infuse it with my consciousness and DNA, and only I can use this device or my family or my race.
Es ist eine bewusstseinsgestützte Technologie, mit der beide Richtungen möglich sind, also missbrauchen und zu Heilzwecken benutzen. Das hat er eigentlich eben schon beantwortet.
Es kann so und so ausgehen.
Das kam vom Bewusstsein des...
Going this route, I mean, you have to be really careful.
Wir müssen sehr sorgfältig sein.
AI will always continue to grow. And how much we let it grow is up to us.
Also die künstliche Intelligenz tendiert dazu, immer weiter zu wachsen und es liegt an uns, wie weit wir das zulassen.
Some people say there's a universal AI already existing and that also aliens are afraid of that AI.
In 1992, I attended a meeting at the University of New Mexico with the scientists from Los Alamos and the Sandia Laboratories.
1982 hat er ein Treffen mit Wissenschaftlern. 1982. 92, verstanden. Hat er ein Treffen mit Wissenschaftlern aus Los Alamos.
And they brought out on stage.
Und sie brachten auf die Bühne
video of what they are making.
Was brachten sie auf die Bühne? Ein Video, also über das, was sie machen, ja?
So through animation and other scientific models, they showed it looked like a human, just like you and I.
Durch
the robot.
Durch Animation erschufen sie ein quasi menschliches Wesen.
And this is in front of hundreds of scientists. And most of all the scientists in the audience, like you, do not believe that we're capable of this perfect thing you have on video.
Ah ja, und vor 100 von Wissenschaftlern, die hielten es nicht für möglich, und, dass diese Technologie existiert, dass auf einmal vor ihnen praktisch ein Wesen stand, a holographic being, so to say.
No, real walking, this is what they want to put money into, to make this robot, this being. And scientists that are part of this whole project were like, no, that'll take 20 years and $1 trillion to do. And we rather use the money for this. So they're arguing about if this project will become something because they make money off the inventions to the government, this corporation.
Ja, also das hat Millionen gekostet und sie machen sehr viel Geld, aber es gibt auch Gruppen, die wollen das positiv benutzen, diese Technologie. Ja, okay.
So I will tell you now exactly what he said as he looked at all of us and I was in the audience, like one of you.
Und er war dabei, wie wir jetzt dabei sind, und hat das beobachtet. Yeah, okay, here's another question.
He said to everyone, this model, this demonstration is very attainable, but no one agreed with him. So he said, everyone please look around you, because 3 of you in the audience are this. I've already did it.
Oh.
So everyone starts freaking out and looking.
Jeder hat sich like gefürchtet, ja.
Also, die haben da etwas vorgeführt, was eben ein künstlicher Mensch wäre, und hat gefragt, können Sie sich vorstellen, die Wissenschaftler, ne, dass sowas möglich ist? Und die haben gesagt, unmöglich. Und er hat gesagt, gucken Sie sich um. 3 von denen, die hier sitzen, sind das. So, that's spooky.
This is how good it was. He says, he gave a command and the 3 people stood up.
Und dann gab er einen Befehl und die 3 standen dann tatsächlich auf.
And one of them was in my aisle and literally stood up like these chairs and was putting their hands on, going, excuse me, making through, looking at them, and they looked just like us. You could not tell. And they could move like us.
Und sie waren also praktisch überhaupt nicht zu erkennen, und sie standen auf und gingen an uns vorbei. Do they think they have the same chakra system?
Not this one. Not this. Not this AI. Not this robot. Mm-hmm. But we do grow. We grow beings, and some beings become conscious on their own.
Einige Wesen werden tatsächlich.
Some of them have circuitry in them, and they're conscious, and they're organic.
Bewusst, und sie sind ja auch organisch.
So we would clone people and kill them, and their clone would remember.
Sie können Klone erzeugen, und diese Klone wiederum Klone, und die können sich zurückerinnern sozusagen.
So you have imprint, you have your own imprint.
Du hast also deinen eigenen Imprint oder Imprint, wie soll ich sagen?
Ja, deine eigene Erinnerung.
Erinnerung, genau. Slowly. Du hattest eine Frage zuerst.
But there could be billionaires who say, I want one of these, and for my consciousness if I die or what. Could that be possible?
You can transfer your consciousness to another empty cake, another shell, another body that's not conscious yet.
Du kannst dein Bewusstsein aus einem Körper in einen anderen Körper übertragen. Das machen auch übrigens tibetanische Mönche. This technique is used by Tibetanic monks, by the way, to transfer the consciousness in another body of another monk, and he returns his consciousness in this body of his friend, for example.
All I'm aware of is they can grow bodies, and they could put your consciousness in a body. I don't know. They can't take my consciousness and put it into you. I don't know about that. They have to grow the shell, you have to grow the specimen, and it has to be from a blank slate.
Ja, Sie können also einen Körper machen und sein Bewusstsein oder ein anderes Bewusstsein in diesen Körper transportieren. Ja, so, bitte.
Hi Emery, I got a question. Did you ever encounter some species on this plane or other dimensions which look like Egyptian bionic type of things? Do you have more information regarding them?
The question, did I experience any Egyptian-looking stuff on my expeditions?
No, say again.
Auf seine Expedition?
Ja.
Are you asking?
No, if you ever encountered any alien species which look like Egyptian type biomechanic, something like that.
I mean, there's some types of things that had designs on it that made me think of the Egyptian hieroglyphs and things like this. But I haven't seen. You know, what I have seen are megalithic structures that are similar in these areas, wherever I was, that were similar to what we have here on Earth. I don't know how it got there. I don't know who built them. Kind of like, you know, our people here don't know how the pyramids were built. But definitely, there's something to do with the Egyptians, of course, the Anunnaki, and you know, it all came from space and kind of seeded it here a little bit from what I've read. In the classified library.
Okay, hat schon solche Strukturen oder Bauten oder Monumente gesehen, die ägyptisch ausgesehen haben. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, inwieweit er hat nach Personen gefragt.
Ja,
und
aber meinte er die Strukturen?
Er meinte die ägyptischen Strukturen. Ja, okay. You heard the question?
I didn't hear it.
Can you repeat this?
Can celebrities have clones, and you know that people have clones from themselves, like Socrates?
Yes, clone double.
So you're asking me, does the president of the U.S. and Germany have a clone?
For example, yes.
Any celebrity.
It's very possible, but I don't believe so. They can have this. They have access to this technology, and they have access into looking into the future, a possible future. So they will make changes now because they believe, the government, that they have a device they can see into the future. But it's a possible future. It doesn't mean it will definitely happen. It's today the future looks like this, but tomorrow the future looks different.
Die Frage war, hat die Präsident oder Trump einen Klon? Er sagt, es ist möglich, aber er glaubt es nicht und dass die Zukunft sich ja jederzeit ändern kann und dadurch ist nichts fest, so habe ich ihn verstanden.
So people can train themselves to lower their vibration and meditate to help with astral projection, to help remote view these things, because let's face it, you're not going to get all your information just from a TV screen. You need to experience it yourself, and you need to educate yourself on all these different modalities that have been around the planet for millions of years, whether it's ancient Chinese medicine or Sanskrit or whatever your meditation practices are. It's very important to take care of this shell, because right now you only have one shell. Maybe tomorrow I can get you another one, but I can't promise that.
Okay, das war wieder sehr viel. Jo.
Wir haben nur einen Körper und wir müssen ihn gesund halten, damit wir das Bewusstsein eben bewahren können. Aber
es geht eben nichts über die Erfahrung. Also wir können ganz viele Videos gucken auf dem Fernseher, aber das ersetzt nicht die Erfahrung und wirklich Sachen auszuprobieren und zu erleben. Und das Bewusstsein, das wir haben, ist eben besonders und wir müssen dafür sorgen, dass unser Körper gesund bleibt, damit wir eben uns hier entwickeln können. So habe ich das verstanden.
Last question. Die wichtigste Frage, the most important question. Do you have a website or YouTube videos?
Okay. How do we find you on the internet?
Yes, so go to emerysmith.net.
Emerysmith.net.
Events page. Yeah, and there's also a couple of other tabs.
Ja, also geh auf seine Webseite emerysmith.net und du findest auch auf Gaia TV alle Information. So have you...
On emerysmith.net, there's a Gaia thing on there. You can click on the Gaia to register, and I have, hundreds of these videos and documentaries and stuff through Gaia. We are currently filming a documentary now that will be out next year that I can't wait to show you guys, and it's about my team and I flying around the world and taking samples of specimens from possibility of unearthed origin specimens. We have a list, and this is what we do in our normal time. And we have a list, but we want to take you with us and show you what we've been doing the past 10 years. And we're going to take you on live specimen.
Not too much. Also ja, du gehst auf Gaia TV und oben ist ein Icon, ja, aber für die anderen und damit kommst du mit dem Klick auf das Icon auf Gaia TV. Das andere war, sie bereiten einen Film vor, wo sie an verschiedene Orte reisen und Proben nehmen von verschiedenen Lebewesen, Entities. Und diesen Film werden sie dann auch nächstes Jahr veröffentlichen.
Okay.
Yeah, one, I give you Sabine.
So, Emery, thank you very much.
You have an exciting life.
The people are very tight here.
There's so much more. It's hard to tell you, 50 years of experience in just a,
Es ist sehr schwer, 15 Jahre jetzt gerade mal in 1,5 Stunden zu verpacken, aber you did it fine, Emery. And I hope to see you maybe in a couple of months. We will make maybe a tour here in Europe for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping to make it to do a big presentation in Germany with the help of Sabine. We're going to actually set a date and rent out a place.
Also wir versuchen eine Tour zu planen, wo nur er einen ganzen Abend da sein wird und wir mehrere Orte in Europa dann aufsuchen werden.
And then
Thank you very much. I think we have to sleep over this. For 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, maybe.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And I hope we might see each other when you're in Germany. Looking forward to hear more from you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
And have a nice day and God bless you and protect you always.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Wake up inside and free your mind. Inspired about the me and the you. Truth. Information. Connect the dots. Big picture. Conscious. Who knows?